Oh, is it true that they paid you $1 million for the endorsement for Kamala?
Not true.
Not true, okay.
I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
Hollywood is reeling, and the name at the center of the latest scandal will shock you: Oprah Winfrey. Long celebrated as a beacon of inspiration and the queen of talk shows, Oprah is now under the FBI's microscope. Her alleged ties to Diddy's infamous dark list parties, a series of gatherings shrouded in whispers of secrecy and scandal, are raising serious questions. Could Oprah, the symbol of empowerment, have been complicit in Hollywood's darkest secrets all along? Imagine this: exclusive mansions, dimly lit rooms, and the who's who of Hollywood sipping champagne and mingling at parties so secretive that even the whispers were kept under wraps. These aren't just glamorous celebrity gatherings. They've long been rumored to involve activities that cross ethical lines. For years, these infamous events, hosted by none other than Sean "Diddy" Combs, were brushed off as eccentricities of the rich and famous. But now, as the FBI digs deeper into the alleged dark list tied to these parties, unsettling details are coming to light. The dark list is said to contain the names of influential figures who attended or knew about what really went on behind those luxurious doors. And now, to everyone's shock, Oprah Winfrey, a woman synonymous with empowerment and integrity, is being linked to this circle. With new reports suggesting her ties to Diddy's inner circle might run deeper than anyone suspected, people are starting to ask, how much did Oprah really know about what went on? For someone who has spent decades cultivating an image of transparency and advocacy, the possibility of her involvement in these shadowy Hollywood secrets feels like a betrayal to millions. The FBI's focus on her presence has added a fresh layer of intrigue, making it clear that these aren't just rumors, they're questions that demand answers. The accusations surrounding Oprah are as surprising as they are unsettling, painting a picture of a powerful Hollywood elite whose actions might not align with the values they publicly champion. Reports suggest that Oprah's connection to Diddy's controversial parties goes beyond a passing association. The FBI is now investigating claims that these events, long rumored to host unethical and even illegal activities, included prominent figures who maintained a code of silence to protect their reputations. Oprah's name has surfaced in this investigation, sparking outrage and disbelief among her fans. Insiders allege that she may have attended or been aware of gatherings tied to Diddy's so-called dark list, a roster of influential Hollywood players who either participated in or turned a blind eye to the alleged misconduct at these events. For a woman celebrated for her philanthropy and advocacy for women's rights, this revelation has shaken the public's trust. Critics point to Oprah's well-documented friendships with powerful, controversial figures like Harvey Weinstein and Russell Simmons, relationships that now seem far more complicated in hindsight. While Oprah has often been seen as an advocate for transparency and accountability, her silence during key moments in Hollywood's reckoning has led some to question her motives. Could her close ties to these figures have influenced her decisions to stay silent on critical issues? To make matters worse, resurfaced images and footage show Oprah mingling with guests at events connected to these allegations. Sources claim that some of these interactions suggest she might have been privy to the darker undercurrents of Hollywood's elite circles. As these connections are brought to light, the public is left grappling with a question that was once unthinkable. Has Oprah's public persona of integrity and advocacy been a carefully maintained facade, masking deeper ties to a system she claimed to stand against? The fallout has been swift, with social media exploding in debates over Oprah's legacy. Many are demanding answers and accountability, while others defend her, arguing that her association with these individuals doesn't necessarily imply complicity. Regardless, the FBI's renewed focus on these allegations has sent shockwaves through Hollywood, leaving many wondering if this is just the beginning of an even larger reckoning. Oprah Winfrey's legacy has always been intertwined with her powerful relationships in Hollywood, but now those very connections are under intense scrutiny. For decades, Oprah has been celebrated as a symbol of success, resilience, and philanthropy, forging bonds with Hollywood's most influential figures. Yet, Some of these friendships, particularly with the likes of Harvey Weinstein, Russell Simmons, and now Diddy, are being reevaluated under a darker lens. Harvey Weinstein, once a titan of the film industry, faced a spectacular fall from grace when allegations of abuse surfaced, sparking the #MeToo movement. Despite this, Oprah's past friendship with Weinstein has been well documented, with photos of them together at events and whispers of a close professional rapport. Critics have pointed out that Oprah remained silent during the initial wave of allegations against Weinstein, raising questions about whether her influence was used to shield him or others from accountability. Similarly, Oprah's ties to Russell Simmons, who has also faced allegations of misconduct, are being brought back into focus. Once seen as harmless professional alliances, these relationships are now being perceived as part of a larger network of Hollywood power players who operated with impunity for years. Add to this the resurfacing of photos and videos showing Oprah interacting with attendees of Diddy's infamous parties, and the narrative becomes even more complicated. Insiders claim that Oprah's proximity to these controversial figures wasn't coincidental, but a strategic part of her rise to power in the entertainment industry. While some argue that these connections were purely professional, others believe they reflect an unsettling pattern of association with individuals whose actions run counter to the ideals Oprah has long championed. The allegations don't end with her friendships. There are now claims that Oprah may have had knowledge of the activities that took place at these parties, events that were reportedly more than just glitzy gatherings. The FBI's investigation into Diddy's so-called dark list suggests they are looking for individuals who might have witnessed or been complicit in the alleged misconduct. With Oprah's name now linked to this inquiry, questions about her role in Hollywood's shadowy dynamics are becoming impossible to ignore. This revelation has left many asking whether Oprah's seemingly untouchable reputation was built on genuine advocacy or on a willingness to turn a blind eye to the darker side of Hollywood in exchange for maintaining her power. As more details emerge, it's clear that her legacy and Hollywood's secretive culture may never be viewed the same way again. As the FBI's investigation into Diddy's infamous dark list heats up, Oprah's past controversies are being thrust back into the spotlight, casting a shadow over her once pristine reputation. The queen of daytime television, known for her powerful advocacy and philanthropy, is facing a wave of backlash as old incidents resurface, forcing the public to re-examine her legacy. One of the most talked about controversies involves Oprah's Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa, a project initially lauded as a beacon of hope for underprivileged children. However, the school's early years were marred by allegations of abuse and mismanagement. In 2007, the dormitory matron was accused of abusing students, a scandal that shocked the world and raised questions about Oprah's oversight. While she publicly apologized and took steps to address the issue, critics argue that the incident revealed cracks in her philanthropic efforts. Another resurfaced controversy stems from Oprah's interview with the Olsen twins, which many deemed awkward and inappropriate.
In 2004, Oprah Winfrey had guests Mary-Kate and Ashley on her show. During this time, the teens were battling tons of rumors surrounding an eating disorder because of their small size. Oprah, the respectful lady she is, of course doesn't bring it up. I mean, why would she want to make her two young guests feel uncomfortable? Psych!
I know there's a new rumor that's recently surfaced. Has really upset you, right? You know, the one about eating.
Yeah, people are going to write what they want to write. We try not to read the good or the bad because it just kind of comes with the territory. Either you're too fat, you're too skinny, and people are just going to write what they
What size are you, by the way?
Size?
Yeah, I always like to know.
I'm really sure.
You're not sure?
Girls and,
that's so interesting.
The interview included moments that were seen as invasive, especially when she probed the young actresses about their clothing sizes, sparking widespread criticism for her tone and approach. Though this incident seemed minor at the time, it has taken on new significance in light of recent allegations, adding to the growing narrative of Oprah's perceived insensitivity in certain situations. Then there are the bombshell accusations from actress and comedian Monique, who publicly claimed that Oprah played a role in her being blacklisted in Hollywood. Monique has long alleged that Oprah, along with other industry power players, used their influence to stifle her career opportunities after she refused to play by their rules. This allegation, paired with Oprah's long-standing friendships with controversial figures, has fueled the belief that her influence might not have always been wielded for good. Adding to the intrigue are recent revelations about Oprah's associations with high-profile individuals tied to scandals. From her close ties to Harvey Weinstein to whispers about her attending Diddy's infamous parties, these connections are now being scrutinized as part of the FBI's larger investigation. Insiders claim that Oprah may have been aware of or even complicit in the misconduct that took place within these elite circles, a shocking possibility for someone who has built her brand on being a voice for the voiceless. As these old controversies resurface, Oprah's carefully cultivated image is being challenged like never before. Once untouchable, she now finds herself at the center of a growing storm of doubt and suspicion. Fans and critics alike are left questioning whether her legacy as a champion for justice and empowerment is genuine, or if it masks a more complicated reality. Oprah Winfrey's name has become entangled in a web of Hollywood secrets, with her connections to influential figures like Harvey Weinstein, Russell Simmons, and Diddy now under the microscope. For years, Oprah has been regarded as a beacon of empowerment and success, but recent allegations and resurfaced controversies are challenging that perception. The FBI's investigation into Diddy's alleged dark list has cast a spotlight on the secretive dynamics of Hollywood's elite, and Oprah's potential involvement is raising eyebrows across the industry. Insiders are now pointing to a culture of complicity that has allowed powerful individuals to operate unchecked for decades. Oprah, once hailed as a champion for transparency and justice, is being scrutinized for her associations with some of Hollywood's most controversial figures. Photos and videos from Diddy's infamous parties show her in close circles with individuals who have since faced serious allegations, sparking questions about her knowledge of these events and the activities that took place. Adding to the intrigue is the theory that Oprah's rise to power was strategically tied to her ability to navigate Hollywood's shadowy power dynamics. Her relationships with Harvey Weinstein, Russell Simmons, and others have long been viewed as professional alliances, but critics argue that these connections may have shielded or even enabled troubling behavior within the industry. Oprah's silence during the initial wave of allegations against Weinstein, for example, has been called into question, with some suggesting that her influence may have helped protect him and others from accountability. As more details emerge, the once glamorous image of Hollywood's elite is being dismantled, exposing a tightly knit network that thrived on secrecy and mutual protection. Oprah's connection to Diddy's dark list is particularly shocking, given her public persona as a champion for the marginalized. The list, rumored to contain names of powerful individuals who were aware of or complicit in misconduct, has become a focal point of the FBI's investigation, and Oprah's inclusion, whether direct or indirect, has set the media ablaze. The fallout from these revelations is not limited to Oprah alone. The entire entertainment industry is facing a reckoning as insiders step forward with stories of what they saw and experienced at these exclusive gatherings. Hollywood's culture of silence, once unshakable, is beginning to crumble, and figures like Oprah, who once seemed untouchable, are now being held accountable in the court of public opinion. Oprah's legacy, built on decades of goodwill and groundbreaking achievements, now hangs in the balance. Fans are left wondering whether her involvement in Hollywood's secretive circles was simply a product of the industry's norms, or if she played a more active role in maintaining the status quo. As the investigation deepens, the answers to these questions could reshape not only Oprah's reputation, but also the power dynamics of Hollywood itself. As the investigation into Diddy's infamous dark list continues to unfold, the growing revelations about Oprah Winfrey's involvement in Hollywood's darker side have ignited a firestorm. With powerful figures like Diddy, Harvey Weinstein, and Russell Simmons already at the center of the storm, Oprah's name has now been tied to a larger web of scandal, exposing the hidden power struggles within the entertainment industry. For years, Oprah has been seen as one of the most influential and beloved figures in media. She built an empire through her talk show, philanthropic efforts, and cultural impact. But now, as new details about her connections to Diddy's elite circles emerge, questions are being raised about the true nature of her relationships with some of Hollywood's most controversial personalities. At the heart of the FBI's investigation is the so-called Dark List, a document allegedly containing the names of powerful individuals who were involved in or aware of illegal activities at Diddy's infamous parties. The list reportedly includes some of the biggest names in Hollywood, many of whom have long been protected by their fame and influence. Oprah's name is being whispered among those who are close to Diddy, and her possible connection to this list has sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. In addition to her ties to Diddy, Oprah's past relationships with figures like Weinstein and Simmons are now under intense scrutiny. These men, who once held powerful positions within Hollywood, have since been exposed as major players in the industry's long-running culture of abuse and misconduct. Oprah's close friendships with both Weinstein and Simmons have raised eyebrows, especially given her reputation as an advocate for women's rights and social justice. Her silence during key moments when these allegations came to light has fueled suspicion that she may have been complicit in upholding the very power structures she once championed.